And hello everyone, and we're here with the wrong logo, and it's endgame time. Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. And yeah, we're back for tournaments. We are following endgame today because Souls, the team that we followed, got knocked out. So we're following a different team. We're doing endgame. And yeah, once again we have 3 streamers on board. And it's looking alright. Let's have a look at the tables. So, Genzi right here. Let's see how those boys are gonna do against Reti. Going down this path with Sys and H as OP here. With good teams, then BPS advanced already. With Venom and Senti here with Loka advanced. Emo and Sparta with Chai Raiders. Above and Joe endgame right here. So we're also not gonna see a match for the first 30 minutes. Meaning I'm going to be playing a bit in randoms. We'll also be hopping into the voice check with Wild One's help and Fujit a bit, because they wanted to talk. We have Kana, which is streamed by Jack, Vale and Turk Tank here, Raid, O3 and Appa down here. Appa is streamed by Fujit, so only one of us will be left at this point here. Maybe, wait, no, in the finals only. Kraken S and Cross down here with Aqua advanced, and that's all the teams, that's all the groups in here. That's all the assistant has to offer. Have a real quick look into final stage here with endgame. Playing on Mayan runes first, and yeah, it's at 32, so I'll be playing a bit, but before we do that, let's just hop into the voice chat with them. Also, there's a 5-minute delay, so if you have anything you want to know, let me know in the chat, but I will be sure to answer. Just give it a bit of time.
Oh, hello, Every.
Hello,
hey, Every.
I am here.
Great. How are you doing?
Every is here eventually.
Yeah,
how's it going, mate?
I'm doing alright. I mean, I'm getting to see my boys again today play.
Yeah.
We were just saying that you've got endgame, yes?
Yes, I got endgame.
Yeah.
Who do you think they'll be up against? Was what we were asking.
Yeah.
Let me check again. That was
They are
Vale or Kana. I mean, you're streaming Kana, right, Jay?
Yeah, I'm streaming Carnage, and you are streaming Endgame, and the opponent, the first one, it's either ABV or Joe 46. So
yeah, I think Joe 46 is better out of those two teams. At least from what I've remembered the performance being in previous tournaments. And don't be too hyped yet, Jack, because there's still Vale waiting, and that is a dangerous team.
Oh yeah, I did say it in when introducing your streams tonight, where Carnage versus Vale is a game for the top 8, which is going to be interesting to see, because if either team wins against another, they will have a more stable position in the top 8, and this is important for either team there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm keeping an eye on. I mean, I know there's not many cups up for grabs this evening. I'm keeping an eye out because Souls, of course, have knocked through today. They're not playing.
Yeah. Neither of their teams made it. Yeah.
Neither of their teams. That's right. And Bad Souls, which is their top team, is riding high in 4th place at the moment. But they're not that many points away from Aqua, 7 Erks. I don't think Vale can catch them this evening. But we could see Souls drop considerably a long way down.
I also am expecting 7 Erks to drop quite heavily, because the bracket they have is not the easiest. They have BPS waiting for them. HSOP is the team out of Win and Winter War, which has whether wants to kick out Souls. And there's also Reti, who's really good, and I mean Loka's in the same bracket, or half at least. So I don't think they're gonna really make it far today.
But but then Turks actually impressed us with an upset actually against Loka on Tuesday, which in my opinion I think maybe we might have underestimated Turks.
The thing is, I know for a fact Loka is not playing with their main team. They're also not playing. They're also not playing seriously. because to them the prize money is not worth it. So they're just playing for a bit of fun. They're not playing competitively and trying their hardest here throughout this tournament.
It will be interesting.
Sure, yeah, I'm just,
So,
mentioning it on the side.
no, I mean, Loka 2-0 against AQVA, so at least Loka is still a very strong team, even if they are playing for fun.
Yeah, but the thing is, even I mean, as everybody says, I mean, looking at, let's say, I mean, I would, don't take this the wrong way, SYS. I think ESOP, which is, as everybody said, a mixture of Winter War and Win, I think they will go through to meet BPS. BPS are playing particularly well. They've got a good team. Seven Erks, they're going to be facing either Everest team, Janice, or Reti. They've got to get past them. And even if they get past one of those two, then they're going to be facing either BPS or HSOP. And those two teams are playing particularly well at the moment. So it'll be an interesting one. It will be an interesting one.
It will, I mean...
Sorry, I just had to let my cat outside.
Sorry. I mean, Turks, they really need a strong performance. I mean, if they are allocated to other bracket, I don't know how to put it in this way, but for example, if they are allocated to like CHRD's position there, or even like Karna's position there, they will have an even harder time, in my opinion. So actually, they have the easiest out of what the possibilities they could have, in my opinion. So they really need to make use of that to go far into this bracket tonight. And if they don't, then that will send out a statement to other teams actually.
Interesting.
I mean, looking down here, I mean, I'm expecting. I mean, it's going to be. I would expect, and again, don't take this the wrong way, Venom, but I'm expecting Serenity to get through to meet Loka. And again, don't take it the wrong way, Sparta, but Imor to get through to meet CHRD. But all these clans are pretty good. I mean,
True.
Yeah.
Venom is good. Serenity is very good. I mean, a lot of people are a bit like, who is Serenity? Well, they're, look at the team lineup. They've got some fantastic pro players in there, very experienced.
Good to know what
Fantastic
the clan
team.
name is now, because I've been just keep saying Santi because of the clan tag.
Yeah, Serenity apparently is their name.
Oh, good to know.
So that's going to be a tough group as well. There's a lot of teams there because Imor are outside the top 8 at the moment, and they'll be looking to get into it. They are definitely looking to get into top 8.
So's right though.
That is also true.
Yeah.
That is also true. I mean, are we going to see a more determined raid tonight? Again, it's not like there's lots of cups up for grabs. I can't remember how many it is, but it's not a lot.
The thing is also it's just one group. It's not like two like it was last in the first prove your skill. So it's definitely gonna make a shift in the brackets or on the table.
Yeah. So definitely the teams would like to go for the quarterfinals. They want to have a chance in the top 8. And I think all of these clans will be looking for that position, and particularly the clans which are at the boundary of the top 8 or even further lower the table from the top 8. So we're talking about the likes of Immortals, Reti, and even Raid and Serenity, and also BPS to some extent as well. It will be interesting to see. Serenity so far for me haven't really fired yet. They lost to HSOP02, which in my opinion should not have occurred, and So's 1-2, which was close, I believe. But Serenity needs to show they are good. They are dominant. They are a top 8 team, and a victory against Local would shut the doubters up. So I don't know what's the better phrase for that, but we'll silence the critics. That's a good phrase. Yeah, sorry.
I definitely need to ask your opinions on one match I have my eyes on. And that's Gneiss versus Reti, obviously.
Right.
I want to know what you guys think of that.
Well, to be fair, I mean, your guys have been playing pretty well. They've had a few blips, but they've played pretty well. If they can just hold it together, I think they could, in theory. turn over Reti.
Yeah.
Reti are a good clan, however. They are a good clan. You know,
Are you saying Gneiss is not?
No, I'm just saying that you've got a difficult opponent. If your guys can show what they showed, in the first PYS, I mean, they were unlucky in the groupings, to be fair.
Yeah, they got endgame second.
In the second round.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough off the bat. I mean, you had endgame straight away. Boom. I mean, it's never easy. But if they can play like they played in the group stage of the first PYS, then there's no reason why they can't turn them over.
The thing is also,
Reti,
because I mean, of course, I know the team, obviously, but I know in the first week they didn't play with their caller because he was taking just a short break from Blitz, also because he had birthday. Now they have him back, but it's also pretty much a fresh team. Which they did some really solid training, but I think communication and other stuff is a bit lacking. But if they can put that all on maximum, then I think they could go quite far. Although Loka or whoever they meet in the semis would be hard.
Right. I think Reti will be expected, to be honest, here to have a good showing against Nice, and mainly because a lot of the people I asked have Reti put as one of the top 8 contenders, and Reti at the moment haven't been facing some of the clans near their ability, in my opinion, which they have lost some of the very stable top 8 teams, but haven't really around their ability, and the match against Nice would be a very important one to show how good they are, and they've gone really close to Carnage, only to lost the last 2 games quite convincingly to Carnage, and I hope tonight they will show us that they are still a very strong team and they are still in contention for a top 8 place, and hopefully will secure a spot in the top 16, and that's a must-win game for them, while Nice would want to build on their leaderboard position. They are at the 11th, or I think it's 12th for them if you count that ratio there. But still, I think Nice could.
But the thing is, Reti, you've got to be careful because it's like when you watch professional football. You get the likes of, say, Liverpool coming up against, I don't know, Crystal Palace, and Liverpool think, oh, well, we're going to turn them easy. And you don't underestimate Nice. That's the thing.
No,
because if you don't give it your all, if you underestimate them, they can hurt you.
Yeah, that's right. You heard it here first.
Well, I think they can, and that's the thing. And when you see, it's like BPS. A lot of clans have sort of approached BPS in some quarters. I think in the first PYS, they were underestimated, and they've played. They are a force to be reckoned with. I know they're sitting outside the top 8 at the moment. They're a relatively new team. They're not a new clan, but they're a new team for the tour. But they've got some really good players, and you're going to underestimate these clans at your peril because they will hurt.
Yeah,
it's the same with Vale. I think a lot of teams have underestimated Vale.
I don't think there is a reason to. I mean, if you look at the lineup that they have.
No, but the thing is, a lot of people thought, oh, Vale, a new team. They've only just been thrown together in the last month or so. Well, they've worked hard. In no doubt, Gneiss have, and I know BPS has. And you can't underestimate these teams because they will come back and they'll bite you very hard because they've got some great players who've got some really good experience in clan wars.
Right. I think some of the results. Let's see if there are some results up for the round of 32, and we can announce it during the stream. And let's go for let's see.
It'd be great, yeah, because I'm playing some random matches right now.
Well, 2 of my predictions, three of my predictions are right so far. 4 of my predictions are right so far.
Right.
We've only 9 minutes in, as if they are already finished.
Well, we'll see. Nice still playing against Reti, but SYS against HSOP, we will see. They're still playing. We also have.
Not surprising that those first 2 are still playing on the show.
Serenity are through. Serenity are through. Serenity are
2-0.
through. They're playing Loka. Imor are through. They're playing CHRD.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's
Still
Chai
waiting
Raiders,
on,
by the way, Fujit, if you want to know.
Yeah.
It's shorter.
I keep calling it Chard. Don't know why.
Yeah, I did as
Chai
well, but it's Chai Raiders.
Chai Raiders,
Raiders.
yeah, or artichokes.
Okay.
Shush, Jack. Just shush, please.
I really like
Jack,
the
you
name
have-
artichokes.
Jack, you have got Vale against Kana, so be good to my boys.
Yeah, that's really good. About versus Joe 46, have we found any result yet? Oh yeah, about 2-0 against Joe 46,
yeah.
so they are
Yeah.
through.
APA versus Raid will be interesting.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
It's Raid
And I think
APA, which I've
Aqua's
got.
Aqua's gonna turn over Cross. I don't see there's really any doubt in that.
Oh wait,
No.
Cross is through then.
Yep.
Yeah, crosses through.
Nice.
That's why the
But
Blitz
I mean,
system
they-
is helpful.
I mean, they also asked me to recruit. I think some of you might have seen the announcement on my server. They are currently recruiting 2 touch players. So if you're interested in joining their team, do contact Lieutenant. I think I have the username quoted there, and I have their server link there as well. So if you're interested in partaking in a tournament team, Cross is currently recruiting 2 touch players. So promotion
Well,
over.
Well, no, staying on that, I do know that there's some tournament players who are desperately looking for a team because one of the teams has disbanded after PYS number 1.
Ah, yeah, that clan.
Which clan?
Mhm.
Maruf? No.
Zenith.
Yeah, that.
No,
Zenith.
Zenith.
Oh yeah,
Zenith.
Zenith.
Yeah,
They rage
so
quitted
I know-
more or less, didn't they?
Basically. So there are a few guys who were in that tour team, did get into PYS the final stage, number 1, but said that the clan sort of disappeared after that. So the chances of getting some decent touch players who are tournament ready is quite high at the moment if they can find some of the Zenith guys.
Yeah. So, but even if you're not from Zenith, you can always apply to Cross. which,
Absolutely.
yeah, so don't hesitate. So actually, I would like to ask Avery, talking about NA server on Tuesday, what happened there exactly?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Do you mean a specific map or match or what do you mean?
Or maybe in general, you were following Pramo, right?
Yeah, I did follow Pramo.
Oh, you're on NA. Sorry. Oh, okay.
I mean, it went more or less in most of those matches from at least my NA knowledge that I have so far, more or less as expected. Pramo did go to the finals, but got beaten out by Apex in the end, 2-0.
Yep, 2-0. That was a good result for them, actually.
Yeah. I really think Apex played this really well. And Pramo made quite some misplays, in my opinion, where they could have definitely played better. Especially in the second game, where they basically more or less suicided in the end. Which was it was a bit sad to see, because it's Canal, and I think, I don't know who it was, I think I even got a comment under the stream at the end. But someone made an amazing, on-the-move reset onto C at the start of the game, when because they played double 50B, so Apex, and they sent them towards A, and one of those two resetted C, which basically got the ball rolling, and then they couldn't really recover from that.
Right.
Else,
I see that my clan on NA is riding high at the moment, which is lovely to see.
Nice.
GG.
Yeah, GEG is also a good clan to see. They've beaten Apex 2-1, which is really good. I know. I'm interested to see how they're going to perform. But I think the most surprising team of that night is Purple, which came out of nowhere, topped their group, if I remember correctly. And I think this is a team to watch. Don't underestimate them.
Well, to be fair, Purple. Because when I was streaming the autumn season, Purple they are a good team. They just they're gelling together a little bit, and they were coming along nicely in the autumn season, but they had a few blips along the way.
Don't we?
So they've always been a team to look out for. But it's surprising that is Pincer playing, because I'm surprised that Pincer aren't.
Yes, they are. Fishy streamed them on Week 1, I think, or well, day 1. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you've got Pincer, Straight, and MM, all of which are good clans on NA outside of the top 8 at the moment. And
Very true.
you know, you've got the clans in the top 8 at the moment that you're looking at. I mean, Naps. I mean, CPG. I don't know CPG, to be honest with you.
CPG and Naps are I think they are like the second and third clans of GG. So they are also very competitive. So it's going to be interesting to see how they are going to fare in this season. But they're teams to watch as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, I keep an eye out on GG because they put a lot of hard work in as well. It's not a new clan, but with some vastly experienced players, and they are one to keep an eye out for.
I mean, you got to say though, all of the teams put in a lot of work. Yeah.
This is true. But when I say that, I mean the likes of Pramo have been around a lot. 8 have been around a lot. Void have been around a lot. You know, they're not sort of newish, whereas GG is only what 3 months old.
Yeah,
less than that. So you know,
we have a result, by the way.
Oh, do we?
Reti has beaten over Gneiss, so they lost.
2-1. That wasn't convincing, I believe.
Sis and H's OP are still playing.
Oof.
That must be So well, at least your guys gave it a good bash.
Yeah,
it was a walkover.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give them a good bash as well.
Yeah. But Reti, surely, I suppose that's also a warning sign as well. But we will see against Turks, which Turks hopefully need a good showing as well. But let's actually talk about the Asia server, about the results of today.
Well, first, before we go into that, I said to you in a DM, and I said in the stream, the grouping was a bit.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah,
it was a bit harsh.
Very harsh. The top four clans of the Blitz Asia Cup faced one another at a really, really early stage. You have Feast versus Team ID and the quarterfinals of one of the groups, and then final stage we have Team ID versus GV, which and then Team ID versus Team ID versus HLV is in the finals. But the teams, the top 4 teams, they met with one another at a really early stage, which it's really harsh, I would say.
It is harsh, yeah.
Can I just read out a comment? Sorry, cutting into that con. Someone in the chat, because I think this message is hilarious, so I wanted to share it with you guys. He said, and I quote, "A woman once yelled at a man and said, 'Look at life from my point of view once in a while.' The man took a long stare out of the kitchen window." I think that's brilliant.
I get it.
Nice one. Good job.
I get it.
Right. We also have results for SYS against HSOP 1-2-1. And they'll be facing BPS.
I did expect that, to be fair. I mean,
same.
I mean, I know we don't have. Hey, Rip. I know we don't have Winter War or Win, but it is a conglomeration of the two. You know,
the Finnish boys.
Massive.
Yep.
Conversion.
And it would be interesting to see their match against VPS, but HSOP is a team that we should not underestimate, and they could very well go for a top 8 position in the end. They're going to be. I mean, now it's the second previous Q2 wins. There are 6 more to go. They have a lot of chances to fight for a top 8 position. Although their win rate seeding won't favor them, but they have shown that they can beat a top 8 clan at any time, at any moment.
I mean, Win has been top 8 a lot of times before, so they definitely have the skills to do it.
Yep.
It's just about how they fare against the other teams.
Well, certainly, and Winter War guys. I mean, Agile Hippo brings a lot of
very
experience.
Good caller.
Absolutely. So it's not like it's not like they're a sort of meh team, because they're not. And again, people underestimate them, and you shouldn't, because they're good. They know what they're doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. That reminds me of some people from Wargaming underestimating Winter War back then, but we know Winter War was a really good clan in the end. I think they finished second in the Challengers tournament, so that kind of
the thing
backfired.
as well is there's taking it from a grander view, there's a lot of great teams out there.
Lot of
There's
great
a
teams.
lot of good clans as well that are
Absolutely.
participating. It's just that, unfortunately, that there's clans that are better.
Yeah.
Just
I
because
mean-
they don't place like top 8 or even top 16 doesn't mean they're necessarily bad. It's just that there's a lot of competition this season.
Oh
Like
yeah.
way more than usual, I think.
I do think that this season, the top 4 is actually one of the most competitive since the 2019 Twister, and then the 20. I mean, I think even the top 8 as well is one of the most competitive since the 2020 Spring, in my opinion. So it's going to be interesting to see who is going to take the top 8 positions in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Cougar of Immol, and as I said in the first PYS, this one came upon us really, really quickly, and it took a lot of clans by surprise. A lot of clans thought they had a bit of a longer break, get ready for spring season, and then boom, you've got winter, and we've got to get involved. And
First winter
it took a lot.
season.
Yeah, first winter season took a lot of clans off guard. Which is why we don't have the likes of Win, by the way, because some of the guys weren't available. So I think it's been very competitive so far. I think it's been incredibly competitive.
Not just the EU server, I would say Asia server as well, which is absolutely a brutal affair. The top 8, it was very heated. We haven't seen something like that in seasons, I must say, and I'm really happy that the competition has gone up by a big notch.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah. I mean, Asia server, we can name like 11 clans or even 13 clans that could go for top 8. I mean, we only have started 2 of the previous EU tournaments, and the top 8 still a toss up. EU server as well, CIS server as well, NA server also, which I think all servers have gained some competitiveness
Definitely.
in this winter season.
I think Blitz, no, not that. A big influence was the Blitz Cup that we had.
Yeah.
Which was each their own server. Which just, as I said before, gave a spotlight to quite a lot more clans and teams. Meaning that there was just, I guess, more of an interest in tournaments in general for a lot of people who didn't consider it or never played it before. So there's a good chunk of influence of that coming, so I guess that also explains why there's so many teams now. Like we had over 200 in the first previous year, which was crazy.
Yeah, totally. I mean, and I think it's good that Wargaming have brought in a winter season. It's good to have the 4 seasons, to be honest with you. And the more tours we get, the more interest we'll get there, and the more competitive it will get.
And the more we can commentate.
But also, one important thing is that Wargaming stepped up for the tournament scene. I mean, the winter season is really good. Blitz International Cup, we don't. I mean, we cannot let go of that because I didn't actually expect Wargaming to provide press accounts for a community tournament, and that goes on to show that Wargaming is becoming more, putting more attention to the tournament scene. And now we have 4 seasons in 1 year, and this is going to be the first time that is going to occur. And then the rewards for watching the streams back in the Blitz Cup are very good as well. And then even the Blitz Asia Cup, the number of views is close to 2019 Blitz Cup, 2019 Twister Cup, which is a very good figure. And I really hope that will be even better this year.
I think also there's a even bigger importance with just the winter season itself, because it was always because we didn't have summer and autumn before. It was just we had spring season, we Twister, and since we had summer, we didn't know if there's gonna be winter. But there was always this big, massive time between Twister and just spring
That's right.
season, that I think it was really good to put something there, and that's well that winter season that we have now.
Right. I mean, I'm also seeing on Discord some ping issues. No, going on the particular server.
Yeah,
You can testify that.
I have that open already on my monitor, and I keep seeing it.
What's that? What's this?
Endgames keeps at everyone tagging. It's the third time they've done this.
Yeah, that's bad.
Really?
That's that's what I call ping issue. It's a ping issue.
Oh, okay, I've not seen that. Where's that?
Endgame server. Endgame has their own
Oh,
server.
Endgame server. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And now they're just pinging last. Everyone is on the server. Because he was the one who did the tag.
F.
I mean, it deserves
We
it.
only have 7 minutes more to go, so we will see after tonight. One of us sadly will have to, and well, one of us well. I don't
I
know how to say
mean, let's put it
That's-
this way, only one of us will have the finals.
Yeah, only one of us will have the finals. That's true.
It will be me.
I'm sure it will be you. Otherwise, Endgame have heavily disappointed us, and they really need a good backing. And
What
I
do
think
you
that's
mean
the-
they disappointed?
No, I mean if they don't advance to the finals, then they really need to have a deep thinking. Because
Oh.
I suppose.
I thought
suppose
you said
Endgame-
they already have disappointed. I was
No,
about
they
to
haven't.
slap you, Jack. Virtually.
No, they haven't. But if they got knocked out, not well. If they got knocked out, obviously, but they are expected to be one of the finalists tonight, I suppose. Aqua will be their toughest opponent, but in my opinion, I think Endgame should be able to coast through.
I mean, what is interesting to mention is that they lost to Endgame on Tuesday. Not that. Brain, please. Raid is who they lost to.
Raid.
When they've beaten them before in the second day of the previous skill 1. Which again
Right.
just goes to show how close a lot of these teams are in skill.
Very true. Very true.
Well,
I think
our rooms are up.
Yep,
Our
our
rooms
rooms
are
are up.
now up. So best
Right.
of luck for your streams, guys.
Thank you very
Same
much.
here.
I'm thinking Raid may be up for this one, so I may have an early night. So I'll be jumping over to your streams probably.
Me too.
Watch
I
me,
will jump-
watch
I
me.
think Raid may be looking to consolidate a bit and get further up that leaderboard by today. So
Yep.
we'll find out. But have good streams, and I'll talk to you all afterwards.
Yep.
Bye
See you
for now,
guys.
Thank you.
Alright, we'll have to pick up the pace a little here and finish this game quickly then, if the rooms are up. So yeah, I couldn't talk to you guys because voice chat, it was quite spontaneous. So let me greet you all once we are in the chat, because I've not done that yet. I've just been randomly putting some messages in there. I have been reading chat though, it's just that if I talk to some other people in the voice chat, I don't really want to disturb that conversation by talking to you guys, even though I could mute myself, but that would overlap with 3 voices talking, and that's a bit annoying, so we're not doing this. So yeah, let me just get my Hellcat out. Right there. Alright. So, let's have a look at chat. Who has been here? We had Dark, Mr. Big Fetus, Witch Doctor, Ronks, and Max Verstappen, as well as... No, as said first before, who have been here early, Punkov as well, Matthew Boomer, GC the Keck Lord, Joey you see as well, Vengeance, GT CS, and Gravy as well as Layla. Hey guys, hope you are having a good time. And now let's answer the chat. We're streaming Endgame. The logo is always displayed here of the clan we're following, in case anyone is wondering. I was raiding because my cat was climbing into my wardrobe, and he's not supposed to do that. That's why I kicked him out. I'm not shouting out random people. No, Matthew. Not gonna be doing. I didn't miss you, Boomer. No, I would never. I would never do that. Tournament starting in 2 minutes. Best tank. There's no best tank in the game. I do know Darren, yes. He shouted me out multiple times. We have streamed before. Any other questions? Nope. Alright, speedrun through and finish. We're seeing main rooms now. So yeah. Let's have a look and see what we can do here. In this matchup, Nico offline. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh yeah, best of 3, meaning 2 victories are needed. And we have above here fighting against them. Already have their lineup finished with triple E5, 1 Ice 4, 1 T22 and double Kranwagen. It's a lineup I've seen before used in this tournament. So it will be definitely interesting to see how they are going to fare. Alright, sorry, I was just responding to someone. But yeah, it's time. Endgame is putting in a lot of E5s. We're 3 so far. Might have been 4. Last is gonna go T22, Vickers and then Kranwagen. I'm gonna see Orca play. Yep, Orca switching in here for Radek. Hey there, Rainer. A greeting. Orca needs to be quick though, 10 seconds. Oh, there we go. Okay, so quad E5 here from endgame. Gives them a lot of mobility and just versatility around the map. So that's good. They got 1 extra than the E5s. They also got that Vickers with a bit more mobility and DPM here. And yeah, gonna have a bit less deep HP here, but that should be manageable with the extra DPM that they possess here. Ah yeah. Also, I need to mention that there's now new controls that are not the ones that we had before, so I need to get used to these. I am sorry if the camera is gonna be wonky, but since we got free cam and replays, those controls completely overrid everything that the other controls were, so I apologize for bad camera movement. Alright, so we have good spotting here from Shoko there, seeing 2 E5s crossing over, last already going away. Has found positive there, and a lot of more heavy tanks. Object and Orca here, gotta be careful. Karo already spotted as well, misses the shot. Nico and Winch need to be very careful down there. Like, very, very careful. And here comes a triple push. Kranwagen and Ice 4. With last here going around, they need to be careful he doesn't get pushed on. And above they got the bridge now. At least one of the 2. Last year, good presence by him. Oh. Good shot there onto Shoko. Having some frame loss here, I apologize. Nico here is pushing out. Does get the shot in. Into Legend 1 Jesus. The one and only. Okay, here now on the bridge. We're seeing some more HP drop here. And last back there has been seen. And positive. Road hitting around. Good crossfire and good awareness from Orca here. To put that shot in. Has to be careful. I don't think we can watch that game over there unfold. The hotkeys are not working. And good push here by endgame now. Nico. And Winch. Pushing straight over onto Jesus. Orca and Object there for the cross shots. Karo gets the kill. And we're just gonna see a massacre here at this point. We have a tank advantage. There goes a second. The T-22 is winning its own fight over there. But the T-22 that joining the fight means there's an extra one missing right here. And Endgame is taking great advantage of that. And using that extra DPM to the fullest extent. Even last year just going around, ignoring those two now. Helping on the other flank. And yeah, there should be a victory here for Endgame. Not a lot that above can do anymore here. We have the Kranwagen. The last one alive. There's a couple of HP left. And yeah, this is GG for them. Well played to Endgame for this first game. I shocked. I don't care if I made you go down in rating. Rating is about personal stuff. Not getting your team up as well. Deal her. Just joking. Just play better. Alright, so whilst we are trying to figure out we see a lineup change on both sides. We see some pretty Mayan common tanks in a sense. E100 there with ice fours and a mouse. That's pretty typical. 113 isn't though. That's surprising. Not anymore at least. Not in this current meta. There's double 50B plus E100 here from Endgame. No ice four, so there's no push onto B unless last in the T-22 will do that. 50Bs will probably be hanging around at spawn close to A. That's usually what happens, and then Nico and Orca probably with object somewhere in the middle, whilst Karo chilling out covering B. That's what I expect Endgame to do here. Let's see if I'm correct. I could very possibly also be completely wrong. Let's see what both of these teams are going to be doing here. As Endgame is now on match point 1-0 here. Over above, who gotta win 2 games now in a row in order to make it through to the next round, which is very hard to do against such an opponent as Endgame, who are the favorites here. Let's see if they can make Endgame sweat or not in the next game. And also the last one on Mayan Runes, at least for this lineup here, between these two clans. We have another insignificant HP difference here between both teams. But yeah, 2 Clippers and 2 auto reloaders. If they can get good damage in early, there might be just a push coming in here. At the very start. So let's see what they are going to be able to do here. Nico and Orca putting in their speed boost. We have last going for C here and not interested in B at all. Whilst we have above here with that 113 going towards A with object here in a passive position to defend that, and right down this hallway over here. And there is that IS-4 position that I've been talking about. And there's that E100 position to counter exactly what I've been talking about. Pretty box standard spots here to use. Also this one is pretty common, because you want to use that to defend B here. But above is gonna get A here, and Kado there missing the shot on the IS-4. Forces Nico to shoot again. The 50Bs here. Getting an angle on the mouse. And get 3 shots in here. Probably be reloading with windshield. Does not want to risk it just yet. That's the good decision here. Good cap advantage here now with last capping C early. A taking a while to be capped. And just really good resets here on B so far. From Kado. As well as Nico, but Orca he is losing a lot of HP. Has to be very careful on these angles here. Of that 113. as well as the IS-4. And first spot here still taking more damage. He's losing a lot of hit points here, and it hasn't been worth it at all, but he has managed. Can't be. But let's see if it might be able to turn the game around for them. As Nico and Orca here missed their shots. Now he can just hang out down there in that ditch. And last year is already rotating around. He's going to find the last spot in the mouse here. He's gonna divert his attention over. With probably quite a bit from above as well. As we have that E100 here. Legend 1 Jesus putting in a big shot into that 50B, and Winch here does not care. He's going down. Shoko as well. They want to get first spot out. Committing very heavily here. Winch, can he get away from that 50? He can. But Shoko, he's gonna take a shot from this E100. Only takes an AP shell here, so he manages to get away somewhat normally here. But Winch took a lot of damage. The 50s are now both reloading. The Kranwagens are pushing in. Object here as well, and look at that synchronized push here. Using the Kranwagens help on us on the IS-4, help out on this IS-4, and then instantly use them here in this fight. The 50s here, able to reload again! Positive here, goes down, Winch gets out another full clip as well as Shoko. And what a good use of tanks here by endgame. Fantastic rotation. Really well done here. And Shoko, not quite able to get out another clip, but has been very, very helpful with the team here. Garo there messes up his shot a bit on that E100. Definitely could have done a bit better on that. But it doesn't matter, this game is over. As we stand to Kadolek, who will put out the finishing shot. What a game. But that was just it was fantastic, man. It's been a great game to see that. Using those 50s to push in from one side. Then having the Kranwagens and assistance to kill those two IS-4s. The E100 from the back as well. Kranwagens keep pushing forward onto the next tanks with Object, who was already coming from the back lines. The 50s then holding back E100 and Mouse, able to put out another clip, killing the T-22. This play by these two and these three here has been amazing. Absolutely astonishing. And look at these 50Bs. That's what you want them to do. Put out 2 clips. If you can do that, that makes a 50B already worth it. Everything above is great to have. And Shoko and Winch made it work in conjunction with Winch and Orca here. Great damage spent from endgame above. Not able to put a response to that at all there in the end. And has been stopped. For the better or worse here. And let's have a look at the assistant. Put another eye out on this one. Gonna have to quickly update it, as we now have 7 Erks turning over Reti here. BP is going to be facing them next as HSOP is out. Serenity and Loka here still playing. Imo has beaten Chai Raiders. Endgame here still waiting Kana versus Whale. This game very, very interesting to see the outcome. Watch Wild Ones Helpers perspective if you want to see that game unfold. APA and Raid as well is gonna be super fun. Watch Footed for this one. And then Aqua here already waiting, half beaten Cross here. Just great game so far. Really enjoying it. And yeah, it's time for replays again. Since there's a new update out, I will need a ton of replays from you guys, because there's not a lot in that channel right now. So please keep in mind to also always add a duration of the replays in there, so that I know how long they are and I can use them properly. Turn the cam with the numpad keys. What do you mean, Doc? I'm confused. T130, that's really unfortunate, man. I mean, that stuff can happen. You're usually never prepared for it, but it's just, it's really unlucky. But I think in this match, honestly, you did just get really outplayed. I think Endgame just played that fantastically. The second game was just so well executed. I don't think there is a clan that could have escaped from that situation. Of course, some clans like Raid or other clans could have probably prevented from getting into this situation. But getting out of this situation is like, I don't think possible. Of course, this is no hate against Above. They did put up a good fight here. It's just that I think that Endgame played this so well that there was no response to that. Also, Gravy's using only one repair kit and fire extinguisher, which is an interesting choice. Also, high razor. That was an unnecessary peek there. Could have angled that one a little bit more. Let me just praise the genius behind that strategy. Alright. Hi, whoopsie. Wait, aren't you playing? I don't actually know. Is Whoopsie playing today? God damn it, I forgot to turn on my chat. We're watching that replay again. Sorry, Gravy. I forgot that if you press escape and replays, you stop it in its entirety. Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. Whatever. Let's watch from here. Apparently this wasn't even a strat. And that Shoko was just like, I'm taking 50B and he just joined, so wins. Oh my. I'm just conversing with in-game on that Discord right now. I just got called a really big in-game simp. And I was just like, I'm not hiding it either. I mean, my name on that server literally is biggest Halo, what is it? Biggest Halo simp. Alright, well played, Gravy. Let's actually just watch when the next games happen before I start a replay that's too long. Oh, it's Vale! Oh, Jack's stream's over with that. Oof. Oh, I'm gonna rewatch this game. Went to tiebreak as well. Oh, that's lovely. Alright, so... who's playing in this match? No, that's not. Raid and the APA. They're still going. Okay, that's crazy. Right, when are the actual matches now? At 3 past, that's another 13 minutes. Alright. WoTB in Normandy. Looking forward to that. Alright, I did show Gravy's replay. Let's mark it. And then another Gravy replay with a mouse. Oh, sorry, Doc. I didn't scroll up high enough. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Doc. Apologies. Mistakes have been made. Mistakes were made. Alright. Gravy, you gotta sit still for a moment. Got a spoiler? Whatever. I don't care. Most of you are gonna forget anyway. There we go. Yes, I showed replays between matches. Hey, Desert Fox. Apologies, Stark. Apologies, Yusuf. I don't know if Yusuf in the stream, but you know, it happens. I didn't scroll up high enough. Oh, that's such a failure. Oh, nice meme. Oh. Right. No, Doc, I did know. I mean, I marked all the replays, right? I just didn't scroll up high enough. So that was my mistake. Because I pre-scrolled the channel, basically. I just messed up with that. I just think showing replays of viewers is better to do than playing myself during matches. Because, first of all, it's content to you guys, and it also gives me the possibility to show replays of you, because I don't really do replay videos at all. And also, I can just take my time and talk about the match that just happened, or that will happen. In this case, it's gonna be Vale against Endgame. It's gonna be so interesting. Can't wait.
Another one like that will take him down. We got him. Great shot.
A guten Tag, Max. 1400 assist here already for Dark. On Normandy. Hunting for an I7. Looked like there was a fire animation, but maybe not. A track shot. Getting a bit more assistant for that tracking. Good game so far. Sliding so much. Oh, okay. Failed to pen that one. I would have just instantly reloaded here. I mean, if you can get a track shot though, you know. Still getting assistant for the spotting though. Backed him again. Alright, now he's getting full assistant for this Leo. Never mind, he's not. Never mind, he just took it all himself. What a gamer. Well played. Right, and then we have enough time for users to replay as well. Good job. Yusuf. Now let me just check on the assistant, and Raid beat APA. So Fujit's stream's also over. Huh. I didn't expect that. Come on, I wanted to see more games that I can watch later. It's boring. Come on. That's a bit disappointing, to be honest. Because I would have loved to see Aqua play again. And, you know, the match now is gonna be streamed no matter what. Just a bit unfortunate for them that their streams ended so early. Especially since Kana and APA are both two great teams. You know, it's just bracket matchmaking that ended up basically shutting down their streams early. Sadly, we're following teams again, not like in the autumn season where we followed brackets. Wargaming did give us a reason as to why they couldn't do this season. It's just, you know, it's a bit sad. Because else we could have all just had fully streamed this tournament, not having to worry which team goes through or not. But since we are assigned to teams and not brackets, you know, that's not happening. I think they said something about why not, but my memory is terrible. And, I know it was reasonable, but that's about it. You can't shoot there, Yusuf. Yeah. Your intuition was right, you just didn't want to risk it. Even though there was no risk involved. A true sniper. Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? Do I actually have the chat on or not? I do, okay. Would have shot Hesh here. He's saying help go. Definitely doesn't mean Yusuf because he's actively shooting. That's not happening. But I guess the KPF really should be going in. He's playing passively though. I don't mind that. Definitely, I think it's the better choice right now. Although it would not be my playstyle, because I hate being like how do I put this? Passive? I mean I don't mind being passive, it's just that I have a very aggressive playstyle, so this wouldn't suit me too much. But I mean it's the more logical way to play, because it's a 4-on-4. What was. And he didn't quite know where all the tanks are. Like that Vickers light was still missing, now we know he's sitting in the corner. But you know, we didn't know that before, so it was a bit risky to just blindly go somewhere. Because in a 1v1, Vickers light is not going to win against the Vickers, right? Because the Vickers just has way more DPM and also hit points. But I mean, he's doing well here. Leo, fortunately, couldn't survive his fight. I would have peeked here if I was Yusuf. I would have peeked here, killed that T-54. Because there's that small rock over there. Wait, I can actually. Because there's actually this one rock over here that he could have used. So yeah. Didn't quite work out for him there, but whatever. EG and Vale is happening in a couple of minutes. Just kill the 54 and then farm my seniors. Come on. Ice damage hungry, I get that. Ooh! 268 bounced. Yikes. I guess Yusuf just maximizes his damage here. Just shooting the one that he can steal damage from. Whilst the one who's not getting shot at can just stay there, I guess. In that sense, right? Yeah, there's Fujit. There's Jack. Hey guys. Unfortunate for your streams to end so early. Definitely gonna rewatch those matches. I think they were both tiebreakers, right? Raid and APA and I mean we know that Kana and Vale was. Let's actually just check, you know? Why don't we just have a look? Right. Ah, this was also tiebreaker. Serenity, how did they play? They beat Loka 2-1. Oh damn. They also have been popping off quite a bit. I mean, as we talked about earlier with Fujit and Jack, there's just a lot of competition and a lot of good teams now. That it becomes harder and harder to predict. In both, like just in a general sense of like a table standpoint, and just like when you get to head-to-head matches. Hey there, GOT. Good evening. And hello, Timix. Good luck to everyone, because I see some of Vale now in the stream chat. Good luck with your match. Although I think luck is the least important here between these two teams. They're both great. Fantastic players. They got tagged again on the endgame server. But I think he okay, so Object is streaming in-game's perspective again. But with voice chat, that's what Winch is telling me, I guess. And you know, if you just want to watch the in-game voice and don't have my annoying voiceover, just go watch it up. Check out Object Freeze channel. He's streaming as well with voice chat and everything. They also have delay, I'm pretty sure. I hope at least, for their own safety. Hey Tequila. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this Port Bay. Definitely not an easy map. But we have 1 minute 30 left here. 2 I7s. A 113 EE5, a T22 and a 268. Haven't seen a TD in a long time in this heavy meta here. In the winter season. Like you usually see full heavies, sometimes you see 2 to 3 mediums in a match or even a light tank at times. But TDs you rarely ever see again, even though they did get buffed. Though not the tier 10s yet, I guess, so we might see a resurgence there soon. If they decide to do that. So yeah, we have IS4 T22 here, 1113 as well from Karole. I assume he's gonna send it over here in that corner, right? To cover on A, I think that's a good spot for 113. Double Kran and just double E5 is pretty box standard. So yeah. Let's just see what happens here, I guess. Of course, Fujit, you're never biased, are you? Not getting too much grips with the controls now. It's still very awkward, especially since I now got used to swapping between players here and there. And you can't do that anymore. Like at all, which is a bit annoying, but let's drop those shenanigans and focus on the great game ahead. Vale versus Endgame on Port Bay here. 0-0 the current score. And yeah. I can't wait. We have similar hit points here on both sides, so there's no real difference there. I'm just gonna be very interested in seeing as what the IS7s will do, as they could perhaps be a hold down spot for A. Oh, I always want to use the wrong hotkey to jump out of the camera, sorry. Or just maybe a C play here. But as I am correct, Karolek is gonna go into that corner over there, and we see a full commitment For the city here from Vale. Very heavy push by those I7s forward here. Vice and Wonderkind. A lot of tanks have been spotted already, and look at that, the I7 here. Spotted very early and out in the open, more or less. Radek and Winch here. In a bit of a troublesome situation, those Kranwagens here. Forced to shoot. Vice is losing a lot of hit points here. Shoko's there, and Nico as well. But on the other side, with Kato like bleeding quite a bit here, Object has to jump in, but they're gonna get pumped on by 3 tanks. But they have tank advantage now, and quite a bit of HP advantage here. 4,000 in the lead, and like Noob here. One of the DPM tanks for Vale, very important. Who should have been staying alive until the end, or so the plan has been taken up by Winch here. But Endgame lost their first tank as well now. Kadolek has been dealt with, Object 3 here. Quite low on HP, looking to kill Wonderkind here. Not quite getting it. Wonderkind down 39 hit points, but this is Endgame's victory here. A full-on city play. You don't see that very often. But I think the risk with that I7 over here did not work out. And so Vale here. Dropping with their last 2 tanks, Chob and Wonderkind. Ramilo over there in the 268. I don't think he was able to do a whole lot, unlike he wanted to. And yeah, just a good chunk of HP still left for Endgame here. That they could have worked with if needed. But that is a clean sweep here. Very well picked apart by Endgame. You're wrong, tear them to shreds. We are streaming in A, it's just not tagged. And I am one of the streamers for it, so you're wrong on that. But yeah, great first game here, really well done. And that's what I mean. Your DPM tanks are supposed to stay alive for as long as you can. So that you can abuse what their purpose is, which is the DPM. And you can see the difference it can make. Of course, it's not just those 2 tanks here that I want to compare. But like Wise really got picked apart early. Good focus though. And also Karo here, even though he dropped early. That DPM that the 113 has really did help out a lot. So yeah. Endgame here now on match point. As we have double 113, double E5, T22, Kranwang and Winch in the E100. And then we have Vale here now with a Chieftain. A tank you rarely ever see in tournaments, especially in competitive ones. Because there's quite some weaknesses to it. A lot of ways to pick this thing apart. So I don't think they're actually going to go for it. Vice here now with a 1-1B as well. Vale here with a very obscure lineup. As we see, what is this lineup? I'm not sure Vale is just throwing together a random matchmaking. With a 268 here. 1-1B, STB1, 62A, IS4, Chieftain, I7. This looks like a random match to me, Vale. What's up with this? I'm not sure really what to expect, but maybe they do surprise me. I see quick change here, Radek from an E5 to Kranwagen. Let's just see what happens. I'm really interested. Because this is not a typical lineup at all. So look at those hit point differences here. 2000. Choco is bored.
Dead man, no tails. Let's roll.
And let's have a look. You're gonna see a city move again from endgame here. Hold on commitment. Last year. Oh. Could get punished. Very heavily here. He does find Wonderkind. Doesn't take damage. Dino here now spotted and endgame. Moving towards A here now, capping it. A bit slow, so Vale will take cap advantage here. Very easily. Winch here a bit left behind in his E100. And last, relocating to the rest of his team. Dino here doing the same, holding back. But Winchie could be in a hell load of trouble. Then game doesn't relocate quickly. And they only have one tank in the background here, which is Object. Whilst last is capping B here, putting another bit of pressure on Vale. What are they talking about in that chat? Well, here with 3 tanks over here, Vamilo in the corner, 2 over here, and Aeon there on an elevated spot. Good split. Radek here will find the first. That's Dino. Dodges that shot. And yeah, Winch basically getting away there. And Jory here in the I-7 again, frontlining. Choco there, a bit sideways, has to be careful not to get exposed too much. And first bits of damage here. Going to Vale, putting in 2 shots already here. Now preparing a push with their 3 mediums. With an I-7, they got Vamilo in the back, Dino and Aeon here. Ready to more or less push on as well, but Jory here, needing quite a bit of HP, and here comes the counter push from Vale. Although the mediums are doing it very slowly here, in comparison to Nico here now, down to half hit points. They are going to fully push on him. The E5 back there, Object here still going through the city. Winch here, casually capping C. Did put in a cross shot here, very good awareness. Gets him that. Radek here not able to shield for Nico. First blood here, 2 Veils so far, but the hit points are just way in favor of endgame here again. And good focused Vice here already getting low. Karolek has to relocate and Radek has to move out as well, but there comes a full HP E100. From the backlines, the 268 is getting focused, and last here, one of the 2 DPM tanks still kicking. And now the first tank going down, and look at the points as well. Karolek shouting that they have the caps. A here getting stolen, Vice now in B. But it's over. And it is GG to endgame here. Memeing in the chat over there. And they do beat Vale here. And it was quite close in the second game here. Although the first one was way more convincing than this one. Although it just didn't look like both teams took it serious here. I'm still rubbing my head around what this lineup was supposed to be. STB is a tank you do sometimes see in tournaments, so that's fine. Same for 268, I-7 the same. You rarely see a 62A, and you never see a 1-1B. Or a chieftain. So I'm not quite sure what Vale was even going for here to begin with, as it didn't really look like a strategy to me. So that's rather disappointing here, I must admit. But let's have another quick look at a lovely assistant here. As endgame is the first to finish with Raid versus Aqua here. Serenity and Immo and 7orcs and BPS all still playing, meaning that we will now go over more replays here. And now let's go to the replay from Gravy that we skipped over. Let me look at the chat. Low Danielios, I think is how you say that, perhaps. Hey Sebastian. We like your voice. I don't. I don't believe that. She having momentum. They indeed do have. And hey there, Leppy. Hey King Gut. Yeah, exactly too. Like, what's that lineup, right? It's really weird. I don't understand what the reason was, nor why they chose to do this. It looked like they didn't took it seriously anymore, which is... I hope that it's not the case.
They bounced our shot.
But that just didn't look like sincerely trying to win the game. That's a bit disappointing. Jake has mentioned that they did use 3 mediums. I just can't believe that they used the 1-1B, honestly. I'm not saying it's a bad tank, it's just... There's better mediums out there, right? A 1-1B is just average. It's not bad having an average tank, but... Why? You know? Like, it doesn't really have anything going for it. It's a 62A with less armor and 40 extra alpha damage, basically. And I think just in general less DPM, but... That's a given. Back shot there. On that. Oh, he just got double tapped by tank destroyers. Ooh, that S-Kong must be fuming there. Misses as well. He is not a happy tanker. And Dark. Not Dark. Gravy just fully pushing here. Does not give a damn. And I mean, why would he, right? One shot S-Kong, a bad chat here who's now reloading. He has 2 TDs behind him. Why not give a damn? Or why not give a damn? I think that's how I should have said it. Had I used proper wording. Good shot there, focus on that. Bad shot. He's paying attention though. As you can see, he's looking around. He didn't notice that FV over there. Good shot into the waffle. Definitely, some people could say like, why did you shoot AP and not HE? But the thing is, there's no need to. He wouldn't have one-shotted the waffle. So just going for AP is the less risky choice. Because if he shot HE, he could have hit the gun, did no damage, and would have had to shoot twice again. So definitely the better choice here. But yeah, I must admit, on that last endgame match, I also did not see the points tick up there. I kind of forgot about that. Nice side tab there from Gravy. Pushing forward. Hey Layla, again. The enemy Death Star. Not very happy about the outcome of this match. And an HE. Another round? Not quite. Doesn't get the top gun, but gets the victory instead. And let me just open up my replay channel again. Nice ace there, 2k assist. Alright, let me mark this. Let me mark this. So, Gravy has deleted one of the replays he sent. Why? Why, Gravy? Why'd you do that? Alright. Time for Senko. In the T22, as he said, a nasty T22 ace. That's his words. Those are not mine. I'm just quoting him. Man, I am really bright in this camera right now. Let's turn that down, perhaps. Filters. I'm already down very quite a bit. I know I'm pale. Camera, don't make me realize it more and more. There we go. This should be better. So T22 here on Winter Mali. And whilst you watch this game, I'm gonna have another look at the assistant because we might have some updates. And Immor has beaten Serenity, and Raid has lost to Aqua here. Meaning that should have probably been a 2-0, right? Unless they had 3 really fast games. And then we have 7 Urks. Is this BPS still going? Vengeance, I do agree that you could say that a comment such as that isn't sportsmanlike. But I'm not really sure how to value Vale's second game either. Because yes, they did put in somewhat of a strategy for the lineup they had. But the lineup itself didn't look like a sincere way to actually try and beat endgame here. It just didn't. Didn't look like they were giving their best in that game. That's what I honestly think, because Vale can definitely do better than that. So you could argue as to which of that was less sportsman, but I mean, that's not a topic to discuss anyway, you know. It's each their own opinion. So let's just keep it at that, right? What am I drinking? I am drinking tea. And for those who want to know, yes, for once I do know. It's, fuck. What is the word for it? I know the German word for it, which is Waldbeere. If you just want to translate it word for word, that would be forest fruits? No, wait. Forest berries, that's the word. Although I don't really know that if that's an actual term. It's just 2 words clustered together, but that's the German language for you. Why invent new words when we combine words? Easy. That was a bad shot, Senko. I know you can do better. It was shot like a split moment to a bit more patience, but God knew that. Kill earlier. Which he could have used here as well. Would have made the prisoner a safe 2-shot. 2v2 now. And now he is a 1-shot. That's just it. Gets 4 kills here, 5.2k damage so far. Names himself World of Noobs and complains about noobs. That's interesting. I feel a hypocrite. Senko here also still very healthy. Only blocked 700 damage, so even if that penned, it wouldn't have really been in too much trouble. My throat is sore. Fujit Shoko in the chat said. Oh, as the 50B. Missed 1. Now you can just push. Missed 2. Oh god. You're gonna miss a 3rd? Please tell me he. Okay, he did. And 6k. 5 kills here. Kosenko. Congratulations, sir. For your game. Let me just mark this as shown. Have another quick peek here. As we have Immo's opponent, who is BPS, who did manage to prevail against 7 Urks in a 2-1. How did Aqua play, by the way, against Raid? That was a 2-0. It was not a tiebreaker. It was decisive, although we don't know how close those matches are, arguably, so there's always room for speculations. But let's now have a look at Hunter x Hunter. DRE251. Hey Pete. I mean, the thing with Endgame right now, because that's still the topic in the channels. From what I've seen on their server as well, they've just been memeing around a bit anyway right now. In their voice chat at least. But I mean, I'm not watching Object's stream. If you would want to look into that, you can check out his channel, of course. I wouldn't look into it too much. If you're bothered by it, ask endgame yourself. But if you're not, just ignore it. Oh, Hunter, I didn't know you're in cats. Oh, man. Maybe he just recently joined. Maybe he's there for a while, but I never realized. Playing with calibrated, I think. I guess for that extra pen just on like AP and HE. I know it's HEP. Don't need to tell me in the chat. I'm just calling it. Alright. Most people don't know that it's HEP anyway. So let's just ignore it. Let's all be fine with it. Move on. Regardless, he's relocating here. Which is not a bad decision at all. Very good, careful though. What's that emerald down there? It was a bit out of position. I would have probably... yeah, Dracula. He's definitely a mobile player, I believe. At least looking at the movement, it suggests that this is definitely one.
That's a full penetration. We got him.
Alright.
Critical hit.
Okay. Didn't even track them. That's unfortunate. Didn't even crit them. Like make them orange.
That will take him down.
There's an ISU back there. That is dangerous.
Penetration.
But I mean, he's playing it carefully. He's now alone since the shark just died on him here. So he does need to relocate. Yes, I do be a fan of berries, more or less. I mean, strawberries, that is. I hate blueberries. I think they taste awful. Honestly. And let me just see what this other one is. Because I actually don't know if there's an English word for it. Raspberry. Oh, that's the word. Now I know what raspberry is. I only knew the German word. I didn't know that is the English word for us, and vice versa. But I also do like raspberry a bit. I had it a lot as a child because we had a garden with it.
Another one down. Nice
But yeah.
job.
I do. I'm a fan of berries, but not blueberries. I think they're disgusting. You know, the chat is on that topic, so I'm talking about it. Although all of it is 5 minutes delayed. Thanks to streaming tournaments. Good pickup.
Armor destroyed.
The ammo do be spotted. Alright, and... apologies! He's looking for the damage here. Now with DH, he only has 2 left. Yeah, you really does get
That's a full penetration.
good use of it, and Hunter x Hunter makes it happen.
We damaged him.
Let's pause this here for a moment. So... oh, I was on the wrong screen. No, I just... okay, let's roll that back, because I want to show you what I mean. Now we can also use the free camera. Let me just enhance the speed a little. So what he did is... this is, by the way, the visual glitch that you see if someone is in sniper mode. That the camera is like zoomed in a lot, and as some of the screen is just kind of cropped, it seems, even though it's not. It's just really weird positioning. And yeah, as you can see, he's no, I didn't want to press that. Where he's zooming at is can you get any lower? Not quite, but he's zooming in here, right? And it makes sense to do so, but because these wheels go quite high, that's what he hit. So what I would have done, and what also was shown as gray, is shoot here. Just shoot here. With tanks that have, like this one, the SU, can't actually go lower. This is another. That have this space here. That's the tank you can do that in. Or like, I mean, the KV4 is not going to be penable, but like, if you have this much space between the tracks, that's when you can actually. But that's why he didn't pen there. If anyone is wondering. But yeah, definitely well deserved there on your side. I still hate this. They haven't fixed this at all. This is there since the summer season. But it's now time for endgame versus Aqua here. Middleburg is our first map. Let's have a look what the tiebreaker is. And it is Rockfield. Interesting. So yeah, Middleburg definitely has changed a lot, and is one of those maps that I think is in how do I put it? It depends a whole lot on the meta how you play this map, because when the Sheridans was an active meta, like when it had the rockets and when it was pre-heavy nerf, right? You played a lot from the top side with E5s, 215Bs, stuff like that, mediums, right? But now with the heavy buffs, I think that it moved a whole lot more city-centered. But now with the Kranwagen buff, or not the Kranwagen buff, but the introduction of the Kranwagen, it has balanced out a bit again. So we have some games topside, some games in the city. I think it went really well with tournaments. This is one of the maps that really just develops with the meta around it, and is not really inflicted by strategies too much. It's just like, hey, what's currently being played a lot? And that's how you build on this map, I think. And that's how you build on it best. I don't think out of meta strats work on this at all, honestly. So yeah, it's interesting to see. We have a lot of good players on Aqua. A lot of people you recognize. Gasio has previously been in. Oh, where was that? R2K he was. I don't know where he moved after. Someone from Win. Unisex from Loka. We have Edgar who was in endgame before, went to Loka. I think F as well. Nico was from Loka. I'm not sure where Ivan comes from. Doesn't ring a bell. The name General was in endgame. Zerd from my brain. R2K, then moved to Legion. Now here, you know, you do recognize players here a lot, and they are all very highly skilled. I mean, of course, previous teams are as well. It's just that, you know, it's the first time we see a match of Aqua on this channel, so I want to mention that on the sideline. So yeah, let's see, we have some E5s here, 4 on the side of endgame, that is though, and 3 on the side of Aqua. We also have 1 ice for Kranwagen and Whoopsie, who is not yet readied up. Anyway, we have Aqua here, who's accompanying the A5s with a 215B, Kranwagen and double T22. All tanks I previously mentioned. And yeah, it's just gonna be interesting to see how this game develops here. We're probably gonna see, oh, Whoopsie in a Kranwagen here. We might see a medium from Nico, perhaps a T22. Although I guess on the map like this, 62A or even an STB is a viable choice because they got more DPM than a T22. But of course that depends on how you want to use your medium. But we might as well just see another ice-4 or e5. So very well be the case. And we do. See indeed another e5. With 40 seconds left here. It's gonna be very, very interesting to see how this game will develop. I'm fine, Layla. Don't worry about me. I am good. I just messed up my sleep schedule a little bit. That's all. Alright. We're moving in. Lineups are ready, both teams here. Oh, we do see a T22. We did see a change there, just notice that now here. We have the last in the T22. Pretty similar lineups here, actually, when you think about it. Actually, it's pretty much copy-paste here. We just have a Kranvang more on one side versus a T22 more on the other side, and Ice-4 versus 215B here. Alright, so Winch and Shoko here, pushing on to the B camp. Oh, Nico has been spotted already. Now look at this shortcut they are taking here, Edgar and Ivano. Nico backed out in the open, and Lars should be able to do some good farming here. B getting capped. Lars just took a huge hit there. They did cap A here, the T22s. But Endgame still has the point lead. Also have quite a bit of a substantial HP lead here. And Nico here incapacitated with his engine. Only running one repair kit, he had to use it here when he was tracked, and then tracked again. Zert going into that ditch, Uni just holding here, and then we have these two with not the greatest of locations, I must admit. And then the T22s here who are gonna try to make some plays topside. But Nico is just gonna chill. He's capping the base here. Edgar and Ivano now have managed to get up. Oopsie here. Spotting over, has seen that Kranwagen. You see a shot coming in from Karolek. Not successful. And yeah, the points are gonna get higher and higher for endgame here. Aqua needs to make a move for B. We still have Nico locked down here. Orca there, pincering him down. And we also have Shoko and Winch, and Winch is actually spotted, suggesting to Aqua that there's at least one tank missing. And if they see Shoko, they might just push here. Especially as Nico's now coming up there, only missing one tank. And the push here is on Karolek, who has to fall back behind cover. Whoopsie has to run away as well, and Nico here will be in shooting range. And Orca also not looking too good last year, going to be helping out onto Nico. Well, no party without me here. He's gonna get focused. And not looking too healthy right now. Whoopsie here needs to get this shot out and misses on Uni there. But look at the points. Already at 900 here. Hit points are still similar. Caro like 30 seconds reload there. And there's some low HPs here. If they can get these clears, they might be able to just win it on points again. Okay, here. Looking to survive. Is gonna go down to the T22s. Last year, he wants to get Nico. Can he get Nico? He needs this kill. Gets it as well. General goes down. And endgame here. Really just scraping this victory together. This has been very close. And more or less all over the place. I don't think I've been really able to follow this game properly. But endgame there. Really cutting it close, I think. Because the hit points were similar, but I think the focus that Aqua had was way superior. even if it was a 4-3 at the very end because of 2 kills. So they were behind on tanks. And yeah, this 2-tank push in the city could have bite them in the back here. Fortunately, it did. And endgame here coming out on top. Now leading with match point against Aqua, who are looking to take a victory here and then take it to tiebreaker. Low Jovu. And that is a yikes jack. That is true. But yeah, in game here, with a bit of a changed lineup, we now have Winch in a T22. We don't have an IS-4 now. It has been replaced. Its medium counterpart. Yasuo here getting moved in for no party. Or just Nico, as I like to prefer calling him. We have a bit of a change here on Aqua's side. 150B, triple T22 and triple E5. This sounds like absolute mayhem to me. Like, let's just push in. And a 50B is really good for pushing because you have 1200 burst behind that gun. And with the support of 2 or 3 shots, you can instantly take out a tank already. If you, of course, are able to pen all of those. So this lineup is suggesting me that Aqua might play this very aggressively. Especially as E5 T22 is a really good call. Really good my mind combination for being aggressive. So yeah, we're gonna have Caro here who wants to go into the corner, not going to be. Blind shot here from Whoopsie, not quite connecting. Winch has spotted those T22s. Only 2, but he knows that the third is now on C. And look at those E5s here. Look at that push from Aqua. They're so far forward. Zerd here getting shot to pieces. And Winch here is in trouble. And endgame needs to be sure to keep the T22s alive, because that is what Aqua will be trying to focus here, because that is the DPM that endgame has. And that's what you want to get rid of. But Gasio here as well, getting punished a lot. Last is very low. General already out. Look at that. Focus fire. And Aqua here, biting the bullet. Wanting to kill the T22s, only to lose their own. In the meantime, Uni is now reloading. Winch still around in his T22. And F, the last medium here for Aqua. Zerd already down. And this is just a slaughter here. An endgame. With an amazing focus fire. The way they killed General here. Very heavy. And very well done. And just a GG here to endgame. Aqua trying with aggressiveness. As I did say before. As Shoko also said, this was very obvious. You can't really take endgame by surprise. Especially not with a lineup that just fully suggests that you rush. And yeah. Caro here finishes off the game. In endgame, go to the finals. So far, untouched, undefeated. Still 2-0ing everyone in their path. I believe they only have lost 2 matches so far, which have been against Raid in the match that they actually lost. 2-1 in tiebreaker. So endgame here, very looking after their win rate, which is one of the parts that Wargaming has introduced with the winter season. And that is that now it's weighted with win rate. If we want to maybe have a look at that really fast. Let me just open up a tab really quickly here. God damn it. Where is it? Screen share? There we go. So, as you can see, you have your normal cups, as we always had, and it ended up often having ties, because, especially at the start, there's a lot of teams just with the same cups. So, they ended in clan performance. The ratio of victories by the best team of a clan to the number of battles they fought in the season of tournaments. And I think I need to explain the first part, which is the best teams of a clan. It basically means there's 2 teams, or clans can submit 2 to 3 teams for season, even more if they have the players for it. And only the team that gets furthest is rated 11, right? So even if like endgame were to play with 2 teams, the second always loses, but the first manages to win all the time, it would still be 100. So, you know, it's just how that works. And they currently have the highest win rate out of all teams, I think, because they've only actively lost 2 games. And those were against Raid here. So yeah, that's how that one works. Also, the end of the description is, if 2 clans are in the same number of cups, the clan with the better performance will be higher on the leader. And that's what it's for, to ensure less tying on leaderboards, essentially, which is a good decision, in my opinion. And yeah, let's actually just confirm that. Why don't we do previous skill, which endgame completely undefeated, winning every single game they had, so they had 100%. Improve your skill 1, which also was shown as that on the leaderboards. Now with endgame losing twice here, not having that 100 anymore. But you know, still really high. And if they manage to win this, I think they're definitely in the 90% range. I don't know how high that would be though. But yeah, they're looking really strong right now. And very dominant. It all depends now on BPS versus Immor. Match still going on here. And now the thing with that is, like Immor for example, has also had a pretty good run here, only losing to Loka yesterday. On Tuesday, sorry. And so far today undefeated as well. But it looks like they might be going to tiebreaker here, although the 2 matches we had went very fast, especially the second one. And yeah, Aqua is just waiting for the 3rd place match. Instantly when this is over, the match will start. And then we'll have to wait until 7 past, which is in 20 minutes, so I'll get to replays very soon. I just want to explain this. And Aqua here, as you can see, there's no time here, because immediately when the other semi is over, when both semis are done, the room opens for the 3rd place match. Which I guess makes sense if like there's a lot of people streaming, so that the 3rd place happens before the finals. But I don't know, you're not really giving the 2 teams that just lost a rest between matches, which is a bit annoying. And personally, that's just me. Yeah, we have another 20 minutes left, so let's go with Dark in a bad chat again. Aqua doing? I think they were just rushing. I think that was basically an all or nothing. I think that was, I don't want to be mean, but I mean Zerd is in that team, right? And he's done that before with R2K, an all or nothing play. With rushes like this. I don't know if that was his call, of course. I'm not here to call him out. It did remind me of. No. If anyone is wondering, this is not green screened, this is just water. I always have this as backup. If my tea runs out, which it did, I'm really sad. Because I like tea. Yeah, well played to endgame, for sure. They did play well. Now we're just here to wait on the last finalist. Prove your skill 2, day 2. Which is why I called them 2.5, by the way. It's curious. And it also means 16 streams per server. And as I'm doing 2 servers, it's 36. That is a lot of streams in 1 month. Because that's basically the duration of 1 month. And then we also have the final stages, which I'm also gonna be streaming. I'm looking forward to this. Oh, it's gonna be great. I'm hyped for that. Also, I'm considering putting this out there now to pick teams for the final stages, depending on what the other streamers want to agree on. I might not. I might do. Because I think for that it would make more sense to follow a certain team than for like previous skills. Because you want to see a lot of matches anyway, which is why I didn't choose a particular team. But I don't know, I might do that. And also, I don't know if I will, because it might drain me a whole lot. But I'm thinking about also providing commentary for Asia for the last days. But if I will end up doing that is still up for debate. It's just, you know, it's an idea. Because I do like Asia. I know Fujit and Jack are doing a great job on it, but I guess a third one couldn't. Although I think Aminat also wanted to do Asia, so we'd have 4? Maybe. Who knows? I don't. We'll see. Layla, I don't think it was a good idea. Because it was really obvious, the lineup instantly gave away what they were going to do. Endgame was prepared. You even saw, I think Shoko was it, who said it in the chat, that it was really obvious, and I agree on that. Because you usually don't see a lineup like that, especially on. You want to have variety, you want to be able to play around on a lot of areas on the map, but if a lineup like that, all it does is like, hey, we're pushing! Prepare yourself! Or it's too late. But Endgame was prepared. They did do an amazing job with their focus. They took out the T-22s early, which is what I said Aqua was looking for. Killing those T-22s, because that's TPM. That's what you want to kill. But with the T-22s rushing Endgame's T-22s, they ran into a massive crossfire. And I'm not sure if Aqua just didn't expect them to read that push. Or if they just threw the game entirely. I don't want to suspect them of doing that, you know, it's just my thought process, what happened in it. Because a lot of things could have happened, but that was just the most obvious of choices. And that's what they went with. Yeah, first class here from Dark in the bat chat. Well done. Let's mark this as watched and then have a look at a 1390 replay. From Sam on Hellas. Let me just answer someone. Sorry, I'm just answering a question. Just something just about the tournament. It's just that my client is asking how Object is able to spectate, as they apparently couldn't set spectators, which you can do. And I've seen other teams doing it as well, like we saw Aqua having Gaseo as a spectator and such. I don't know. It's a bit weird. Let me just go back on my own stream. No, done that. Let me just get this all up and running again. Sorry, I'm not paying attention. Alright, so Hellas here. He's already done a good amount of damage. Ooh. Oof. I messed up again. For someone bad-mouthing others at the start, Sam, that was not a good climb. Gotta say. Layla, you're not the one to decide that. Don't make me look angry. Don't make me do a Peter stare on you, Layla. Don't do it. Yeah, let's see. It's 4 against 3 here right now. Why are you aiming at something that is red? Could have gone way better. Definitely a lot of things you can work on, like I think better aiming, a bit more patience with a lot of shots, firing very early sometimes, I think. So far, at least in this replay. I don't know how it is with other things, but I mean rotation and team support is fine so far. You know, I guess it's really just aiming and shooting and all that stuff. Like, you could have shot there, I would have at least, and then instantly reloaded. That was a good shot. Time to push, I guess. Could you load HE here? Probably should have, but I mean, the waffle helped out with a shot, so I guess he didn't need to. But yeah, just as I was saying, the aiming can really be worked on, Sam. Especially since you had a big mouth at the start of the replay. Which you definitely shouldn't have. Looking at some of those shots. I mean, you've done a good result in the end anyway. But you know, just something you can work on. Alright, GG. Don't say that. Don't do that. We don't do that here. No. Congrats on your ace though. Now let's have a final look at the brackets. And BPS has beaten Imor in a tiebreaker here, 2-1. We're gonna see that match in 8 minutes. And we have Aqua playing against Imor now for about 4 minutes already. Nah, Jack, that's not it. They just pushed for the reason of pushing. There was no basis behind it, like lack of info. They wanted to push regardless of what they did. There was no intention on not pushing with that lineup. I can tell you that in right here, right now. There was never a doubt in my mind that we're not gonna. Alright, 6 minutes. This better be quick. More or less. I'm gonna skip in a bit of the replay just so that we can make absolute certain that I do not miss the game. We're just jumping in 1 minute. Doesn't really matter too much, right? There's only 2 shots. 1 shot we missed. It's the first damaging one. It's fine, right? Alright, fine clip. This team is really present in this cabin here. That's heavy. Hey Volcanic, haven't seen you around in a bit. How you doing? There's a nice 7 in the back. Interesting. Good dodge on that Progetto. There's another one. E100. Right. That's fine. Don't need heat for that lower plate. He figured it out. Okay. 2 great now. We've managed to get themselves wounded here. I mean, they're killing 2 tanks now, which is good. It was a rush shot. You just switch to APC after that. Yeah, no choice here, don't you know? You gotta look after that. Not good enough to just spam goal. Gotta do some damage too. Okay, that was a nice quick swap. In the mix. Would have just left this E100 now. He's not gonna reload in time anyway. Like, what are you doing, Dark? Really? How's the testing going? I'm not allowed to talk about it, Volcanic. So I won't. Well, Layla, what are you gonna do if I don't listen? Not usually this bad. Sam, that's not an excuse. That aim doesn't look like I'm not usually this. That aim looks like someone who's not proficient in having perfected his aim yet. I mean, I certainly haven't. But mine is alright. And that was just wonky. You gotta have to admit mistakes when you see them. Or not necessarily mistakes, but weaknesses. I'd have honestly just pushed this E4. Killed him. No other way. Without taking a shot and then just rush the I7. Like, just reload and rush the I7. There's no need to even run here. You know, because you can take a shot. You can clip the I7 easily, even with heat. So I don't see the point of running here all too much. But I guess he wanted to make sure, even though the safest bet would have been to rush him, because the I7 can't one-shot him, and then he has all the time in the world to aim. Because on distance, pinning an I7 with a bad shot is not easy, and the I7 could snap you, and you could be then a one-shot, and all is lost. Was possible. You know, stuff like this. Now you're both one-shots. What if he snaps you? Alright then. Dark, finish this. Come on. I7 is in the base. We're both one-shots, so we are aware. Oh. Don't drag this out, Dark. Come on. I have time for this. The tournament. And he snaps him. GG. Hold on. Alright, I am stressing out. Great game. Well played. Good damage. Alright, stress. Stress! 1 minute 20. Stress. Alright, main runes again! I was wrong. We are not gone from this map yet. Alright. So, BPS versus Endgame. Both really good teams again. Very amazing players on either side. And yeah, let's see. We have Double Mouse E100, Triple E5, and a Vickers from Tustin Killer. A very interesting one. There's a big chunk of heavy, a big chunk of heavium, and a Vickers. Then game has their lineup from before, I think, right? That they used against. Was it against Vale, I think? No, it was not against Vale, right? Who did they play on main? I can't remember. It was against Above, right? It's the lineup they used as well with that E100 in the second game. But, wait, no. In the first game. In the second they used 50Bs, right? But yeah, it's pretty much the same lineup. Otherwise. Should be pretty normal. T22 goes to C. E100 covers B. Although they don't have nice 4, so we might just see an A push next to the how do you call it? The tempo on BPS here, but let's just see how it goes, really. Let's just see how it goes. Similar hit points here, nothing worth mentioning otherwise. Starting the match off here very slowly. Tustin Killer not able to spot a last there who has been too fast. We see endgame here as they had in their other game. E5's Kranwagen over here, E5 there in the TD spot, and Karo in the E100 covering B. I do some damage on Chilaxo here. And I think if he actually plans on going for... Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Yep, that's what I meant. If he's going for A, then Object will definitely have some shots on him. At least one, at least. Oh, good shot here by Alpha. On to Orca. A has been camped now. But endgame here with the point advantage. Trying to set up a trap here. Hoping that Last will push around, who's currently just chilling on the bridge. Because of Tustin Killer here. So I don't think this is actually a right place to make. Tustin Killer is here, behind this bush, to spot whatever comes across, right? But let's say Last pushes here and gets spotted, he wouldn't go further. Because he would know something's up. So this makes this trap useless if Tusken Killer's there. Vice versa. But we see a play here now from BPS. Big damage here coming out. Last has been spotted. BPS is moving in. B push here from Alpha, and there's the 3 E5s. Last has seen them apart from Foxy here, who's just been spotted now. Radek and Shoko here need to really back off. Orca here getting quite some shots into himself. And B not going to get capped. Winch here relocating. Shoko onto the bridge now, hiding. It's a great track shot there. Onto Synoxy. Takes 2 more. And really good focus so far by endgame here. Synoxy down to a 1-shot. Last here just holding this, and Orca picks up the first blood here of this match. Tusken Killer and Elysium here. Bounces the shot on Radek. Big. Unfortunate result here. And Karo here. He wants Alpha down. Going in very aggressively now. An object here as well behind Chilaxo. Who's just trying to hold him off from Alpha here. But it's just not working out, and Orca not quite going for that kill shot just yet. Last here goes down to Foxy. Shoko there barely avoiding that HE penetration. Lose him here, putting another shot onto Karo, who gets double tagged here, and object got somewhat out of the situation, and Tusken Killer here really trying his best to support his team. With Chilaxo here pushing onto object. We have Orca in the back as well. We're gonna 2v1 him here. Shoko versus Foxy on the other side. With Radek versus Nubita and Winch, who disconnected again. But fortunately enough, it shouldn't matter anymore in this situation here, as endgame have gotten quite a clear lead here. Chilaxo bounces on object. Can he get the kill? He does. Tusken Killer here. You cannot. Is the last one left here in the Vickers. I'm gonna be able to do a whole lot against Orca here. It's a big HE into the side. Can high roll here? Nope, he cannot. Oh, alright. Great camera angle. But good game here for endgame. Really dominant, I think. Picking apart BPS here, who did try something. Didn't quite work, especially Synoxy here. Heavily focused early on. And then the mouse from Alpha couldn't do a whole lot. And just a good focus here from endgame. Kado not able to do a whole lot in his E100, although he did stay alive for quite a long time. So we'll see if BPS can step up their game here, or if endgame is gonna sweep this 2-0 here. Brad's safe. Just because they're retesting it doesn't mean that what you heard was correct. That's all I'm gonna say. That's true, Pete. He is. Alright, so any lineup changes? Endgame? Nope. BPS? Yes indeed. Alpha now with an IS-4. We might just see the same play again here in the cap on B and IS-4. Basically D B tank on main. We have again 3 E5s. Snoxy here. Put out. And we have double T22 here from Foxy and Tusken Killer with Chilaxo in the mouse. So some slight changes here to the BPS lineup. See if they are able to make it work, or if endgame's just gonna shut them down right here, right now, before they get any chances for tiebreak. In potentially the last game of today, as we're moving out here, BPS with a slight HP disadvantage. but nothing too severe.
Dead man, no tails. Let's roll.
We now have BPS here moving to the temple again. No real focus onto the middle or C here. Last gonna have a field day. Not finding anything will also be a whole lot of info. Shadow here in the usual B defense spot. Elysium here. Very far forward with everyone in behind. Albert and Nubeater there. With Alpha and Chilaxa. Near the B defense. Winch here a bit caught out of position. Shadow look here. Already spotted. Luko and Radek here have been seen. Tasten Killer as well was spotted. Last down there. The one who spotted him. Object here in the cap. Very interesting tank choice to put in there. And Kado, he does find Elysium, and very good timing for him to get away from there. Puts a big shot into Shocky here. But BPS, if they can make this push work, this could really hurt endgame heavily, because they have Winch here and Kado, but they don't have the DPM, those two tanks. That's why Shoko's here. But this is a 5-on-3 that they cannot win whatsoever. And endgame needs to push it with all the other 4 tanks they still have. Sitting in the back, Winch goes down first. Shoko here trying to focus down Foxy. Alpha here getting focused by all the other tanks. Should go down to Oka here. Or to Radek. And he does indeed. Object here shielding for Kado. Can he stay alive though? He really needs to make sure to put out some more shots. But easy pen with APCR here from Chalaxo. And Shoko there against Foxy. Object here looking to help him out and get that clear. Does not, and messes up his shot as well. Foxy here staying alive. And endgame here actually in a predicament. They are behind on tanks. Now tying it 4-4, but losing Object instantly after here. Tasten Killer now. The one focused here. And endgame here, they still have last. If they can make that DPM work, this really could work out well for them. And Radek here is using Tasten Killer as a shield. Good shot there from Elysium. Focus now on Nubeater. Can Radek get out another shot? He does indeed. But he will go down here. Last needs to get really use out of his DPM on the mouse here. Walker gonna get tripled on. Trying to avoid damage as much as he can is not gonna work out. He needs to kill Nubeater here. Gets the kill as well. Will go down to Elysium, and last is last with a 1v2 here. Deluxo and Elysium. But can he win it? Oh, mistake here, sorry. And last, between the two of them. God, this camera is so weird. Not quite able to get the victory here, and what is this? And BPS here gets the clear. And what a carry by these two here, Elysium and Chalaxo. Good farm. Really good farm. But yeah, Kado and Winch there just got out-focused instantly. And arguably endgame here very slow to react on this match. They should have been there way earlier. They have seen Elysium here super early spotted, but they didn't react to it. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't send a tank there alone. But they must have thought of something. But I might have just, you know, I mean, of course, this is backseat gaming. I see more than them. So, just an unfortunate outcome here for endgame for that one. Trying to get back onto the game here though, as we now move to New Bay into the tiebreaker. Endgame's second so far during this preview skill tournament. And we see a lot of French there. Oh, that is a lot of French here. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is double 50B AMXM4 on the side of BPS. And endgame here so far having readied up with 3 Backed up one more here. Oh, this really depends on focus and if they get the timing right here. If endgame messes up either of those two, this could really bite them back. 350Bs is risky, especially on a map. But with the support of a single shot tank, they could clear 2 tanks instantly. But they're switching. You see double 50B on both sides only. Triple E5 and T22 as well for BPS here. In addition, of course, that AMX, as we mentioned before, an endgame here with an eyes for triple E5 as well, and a Kranwagen. So, yeah. Really interesting lineup. You don't see New Way all too often, especially in tournaments. So, let's just see what the team's got up for us here. As we move to the last battle of tonight. With BPS here, 1 victory versus endgame, also on 1 victory. This is now the decider. As we move on to the last match. DBs here, just on both sides. Very interesting tank choice. Tustin Killer here, playing their passive. Defensively on a Noob Eater here and Bolt. Both spotted now. Object, Karo and Orca have been seen. Object here not quite able to get the shot in, but Karo at an angle. And that is already 3 tanks spotted here, last and alone in B. While C has been kept. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Bolt here gets a good shot into Whoopsie. Catches him unprepared. Karo as well, loses Zamorak. BPS here playing this very defensively. They do have the point advantage and are gonna send Tustin Killer into B here, or A in fact, sorry, and he's totally unchallenged here. No one is there to reset him, and BPS wants to play this on points. And this is not a map you usually see won or lost by points. So it will be definitely interesting. Both teams holding back their 50Bs in more or less symmetrical positions here. Last, really risking his life here, could go out first. Doesn't know where the 50s are. But from what has been spotted, there's only so much where they could be in, and he snuck in to see. No movement from the 50s just yet. Shalaxa here going first, bounces the shot. And Lars is actually going to steal this base here. And they don't know that he doesn't have backup. They are not aware there's anything behind him. It's just going in now with Winch and Shoko here, the 50Bs. It's a 3-on-3, both sides with the double 50B. And that's what they're going to be focusing on. Winch and Shoko here need to focus fire. But they're switching up their targets here. And Winch is getting focused way better. BPS here with the proper focus fire. 2 tanks here coming in to support. And these 3 tanks here are gonna fall for more or less nothing. Endgame failing to have proper focus. Also on the other side, 3 tanks are holed up with 2. And Whoopsie here is just gonna be a little too late. And Shoko is gonna go down here very shortly against Foxy. Oh, Bolt here makes Shoko miss a shot. Puts in the second. And there goes one more. Endgame actually still do have hit point advantage here. They made BPS bleed massively here. Lars also still going a ring around the Rosie here. He gets Elysium. Very crucial kill on that part. And he's still going. He's on 60. Oh, wait, 11 hit points. But BPS, they have all 3 caps here. And the points are gonna get dangerous. Whoopsie here has support of Orca. And he should clear Bolt here. As Object clears Foxy. Chilaxa here. The only one left with Tustin Killer, but that goes down as well. Orca here and Cardolag heavily wounded. Has no engine and no ammo rack. Tusken Killer here, potential one shot. An object 3. He has to just bleed through this fight. Tusken Killer's gonna stay back. Look at the points as well. Really does not want to risk it, but Karo, like, he needs to go do something. And the point of the matter is, if he dies here to Tusken Killer, they could instantly win this match, and all he needs to do is run. Object here is gonna sit in this cap. Karo is gonna go to B, but it's a little too late. And I think Tusken Killer actually has this here. All he needs to do is run. And he is far away from everyone else. And BPS here is gonna win this. Tusken Killer with the carry survives until the very end. Unless they find him, which they shouldn't. But object here, he's getting very close to A. Have I been preemptively happy? Oh, I think I might have been. Object here was beelining for this cap immediately. And if Tusken Killer finds Karolek, it's over. But Tusken Killer doesn't know who is where. He has to choose. Oh, and he finds Karolek. Can he kill him? Karolek is not even looking in the right direction. He's not spotted. Tusken Killer here from the back. Oh, this is looking very bad, Karolek. This is so unfortunate. 7 points left. No! What a turnaround. And Tusken Killer, all he needs to do is cap B, and he has actually won this game. Wow, this has been very, very close. He just needs to hug this house now. And it is GG. For Tusken Killer. Well played. And what a close game this was. My god. Wow. He didn't even do that much damage, Tusken Killer. What was that? 600 points earned though. Wow. I really thought Endgame lost this. When they had really unfortunate, well, not even that, but bad focus fire just throughout with those 50s. And also last year, not focusing the same target. A lot of shots missed as well. I thought then and there it was over. But when the fight was over, Endgame had more hit points. They managed to clear the tanks even. BPS had all caps, and then Object getting all of them together with Karo. But he got outspotted by like a track wheel, I think. That is insane. I don't think we can rewatch it. Yep. Wow, though. My god, that game was incredible. And yeah, that's it. That's this tournament complete. And what an masterful game here from both teams. Really well done. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I had an amazing time today, as usual. That's not where I wanted to go. Yeah, endgame here has been very victorious, only losing once in Mayan against Vale. Wait, no, against BPS here. As we were on the side of BPS for this. They have won all the other matches. And yeah, just amazing games, really, through and through. Really good games. I'm more or less just lost for words if you didn't notice yet. Yeah, just hell of exciting. I loved it. And I hope you guys did as well. If I, again, did any mistakes in name pronunciations, let me know on Discord. And I will be soon to fix it. And yeah, any feedback about commentary is appreciated. I always love to hear from you guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. I will be back in what is it? 4.5 hours for the NA server, where we will see Pramo fight it out on the second part of day 2 of the skill, prove your skill. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching, and see you all again next time. Bye bye.